The Walt Disney Company is really trying to moderate and get out of divisive politics, but their daytime ABC News show The View is making that really hard to do, and one personality in particular is making it near impossible. It's Sonny Hostin, and she has been costing Disney big with legal statement after legal statement 7 times in a single month. Today we'll explain why Sonny might just have to go for a Disney that wants no mo politics on TV. Hello, folks, and welcome to the place that is streaming to you from somewhere sunny USA. The studio, of course, as always, is happy to have you hearing from us as we go door to door across the nation with a lesson in exactly how entertainment can do better. We are here to bring Hollywood back to the mainstream middle, the sensible center where money can be made, kicking and screaming. But, you know, it's for their own good. A little bit of pro helps the medicine go down. Folks, you can help us continue to get down on the Hollywood companies that need to hear what we have to say by clicking that like button. And we'll get underway with why Sonny Hostin might be on her way out the door real soon. Here's the video. Click the like button, and here we go. Sonny Hostin. She may be done hosting The View real soon. We're going to show you the evidence for why that might be. But first up, we've got from Greg Price. It says, "Wake up, babe." Sonny Hostin had to read yet another legal note on The View. Poor Sonny.
How many is this now?
Oh, listen, it's 7 in 1 month. And that's why she may actually have reached the liability threshold. Whoopi can take down bakeries. Sonny can't keep reading these legal notices on air. It's like taking up their time to do other interviews. Here's one of them.
I see you. I see you over there.
I have a very quick statement.
It's not going to be that quick.
Pete Hegseth has denied any wrongdoing. His lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit. No charges were ever brought.
You rushed me for that? We'll be right back.
I mean, it's uncomfortable.
It has got all of the warmth and sincerity of a get well card from a funeral director.
How do they still have Whoopi doing Candlelight? I have no idea. I don't
know. You know what?
She's a Disney legend. That's why. And I don't understand that. She's never even met.
Whoopi does the most awful things, and yet you want to like her. I don't know what it is about her that you want to like her. She just makes it so hard to like her. But you're like, Whoopi, stop doing the things that make us not able to like you.
I liked her in Ghost, but that was 30 years ago.
Here we go. Here's another ghostly apparition.
Noticing.
Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism, that DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh.
She's got like a specific face just for this.
You done? Hang on.
We're not
done yet, folks.
I could watch these all day.
This, well, you're going to because they never stop. This is from just recently with the deletion, the illegal, vicious deletion of a CEO. Sonny came out and made some statements that have people going, "What the heck is this woman on?" Here we go.
I mean, I was looking at some of the social media comments, and I try to stay away from social media, but it said some of the comments were thoughts and deductibles to the family. Mm-hmm. One of the comments was, "Unfortunately, my condolences are out of network." And so I think it really, isn't that something? I really think it's reflective about how people are feeling about their health care. Mm-hmm. And if you look at this particular CEO, while he made about $10 million a year, which is not actually unusual for a CEO of a company this size, this particular health company, United Healthcare, is the largest company that's responsible for Medicare programs for people over the age of 65.
Actually, that was Obama.
Our country is one of the only countries that doesn't have universal health care, and we don't take care of our elderly, and people are feeling the pinch. We talk about that all the time, and I think people are really angry at the healthcare system, and unfortunately, it's translating to this father.
So I don't want to turn this into a discussion
I have
about
a lot to say
healthcare.
on that with universal health care.
I don't want to turn it into a full-blown discussion on that issue because
No,
we
I
could get
know.
lost in that. But I just want to say that turning someone's illegal death, into a political argument for universal health care seems to me like you misread the timing on that. Like, you should wait till after the funeral at least before you decide to take someone's life ending in an inappropriate way and say, how can I lift up my own political cause for this? So this is out of Bad Hombre, and then we'll go to Erica to start us off on the panel. Bad Hombre on X says, sources familiar with the situation report ABC is considering severing ties with The View's Sonny Hostin, citing concerns that her repeated defamatory remarks and subsequent on-air legal notes, 7 of which she has delivered in the past month alone, have made her a liability. So I'm not here to say that it's absolute, right? This account does have a huge following, but there are accounts with huge followings that sometimes put out things that are not true. But I would just say that if you have a singular host who is forcing your attorneys to give on-air responses live 7 times in 1 month, and she's making egregiously bad statements about people not existing anymore, then perhaps it's getting close to the time when her contract should not be renewed anymore. We'll talk about in just a minute about The View trying to moderate at the same time she is distinctly not. But first, let's go to Erica and the panel for thoughts on whether or not it's time for Sonny to say sayonara and perhaps sunset her contract.
I think Whoopi's, if you saw the most recent legal note, Whoopi's, the look on her face, to me, communicated she's kind of tired of it. I think even that's just what I observed. The look in her eyes, the look on her face communicated to me, as much as we, take digs at her, I think she's kind of starting to recognize, okay, this is getting tiring and annoying. And yeah, it's time for Sonny to go.
But Erica, do you think she's annoyed at Sonny for saying the things that necessitate the legal notices, or do you think she is angry at the network for making them read the legal notices?
That's true. It could be both, a combination of both. It's just frustration on both ends. And at the same time, I get this little whatever. Also, in her attitude, like, it is what it is. I don't know if you guys pick up on any of her body language. I don't know. What do you guys pick up on Whoopi's body language?
I just pick up the most ironic names for hosts of a show that has these negative opinions. You've got Whoopi, you've got Joy, you've got Sonny, and they are none of that. There's no Whoopi, there's no Joy, and there's no sunniness in the show whatsoever. It is so ironic to me.
No, sir.
That was a good one. That was a good one, Ron.
I just don't understand. And I it's like the two most awful people on television are Joy Behar and Joy Reid, and how are their names Joy? I just don't get it. And
I'm just amazed at a TV show that managed to make Joy Behar look sane again. That's really something.
I for one think that if they do fire her, she can make a killing on Cameo, because I would pay whatever she wanted to just get her to read legal notices for me with that voice and that face.
Well,
please, yes.
She's going to make more of these faces because, as we've reported in the past, Disney wants to moderate. Now, maybe not intrinsically, but visibly, externally, they want audiences to believe that they've moderated. And so we've talked about how The View is looking for somebody who's actually MAGA to be on the panel. Unfortunately, they can't find anybody who wants to come on and be a piñata. So take a look at this out of Entertainment Weekly. This came out on the 9th of December. The View star Alyssa Farah Griffin will wear a MAGA hat on the show if Trump gets hostages freed. Here's what it says. The View star Griffin might soon be changing from her ridiculous Christmas hat to a full-on MAGA red cap. After the co-host got into a heated debate about panic surrounding Trump's January 20th inauguration, Griffin and the panel turned the episode's hot topics discussion towards a recent photo of Trump and First Lady Jill Biden. The world was watching this election, waiting with bated breath to know what was going to happen, to know that there's a peaceful transition of power, that despite my warnings and others about my concerns about orange men bad, which are still very real, although they're not fleeing the country, so, well, that America is going to move forward and that the first lady is going to be cordial to him on the world stage. Griffin, who worked for Trump, then turned against Trump, now is trying to turn back to Trump because she's just a chameleon trying to make sure that she's always on camera. Sad. She went on to say that she's not going to be apocalyptic about Trump's ascension to power. Of course she's not, because remember, she's a chameleon. Here's what she says, though, and this is what got Sonny to be very unsunny. She said, if he does good, if he gets the hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on the show and say thank you for doing it. Sonny replied, please don't do that. And then Griffin says that she might knock her head right off if she did that. So even if Orange Man gets hostages freed, Sonny Hostin says, please don't wear anything that supports him. Don't wear the hat. This is why it's going to be very difficult to find somebody to come on the show and play the role of the conservative or the moderate. Culture, am I wrong at all on this?
No, look, there's only one way that these people can get a moderated show. It's to replace nearly everyone, if not everyone here. You're going to have to recast. They needed to recast about 10 years ago. When they lost Barbara Walters, I think they needed to have just basically restaffed this entire panel. The only thing that Whoopi serves as good at on the show is as a moderator, and that's really just her role as the moderator or the host of the show. This lady has no reason to be here. She was a prosecutor with major issues, from what I've found, amongst other things. But what bothers me the most is that she can't get through a segment, it seems, without throwing some vitriol or fuel on whatever fire they happen to be covering. So again, you certainly can create engagement with these types of shows, but they need to get rid of everybody and start again. And they even need a new showrunner / EP, because I think that's where this all comes from. It's why they literally have lawyers now sitting on that set, because nobody there can behave like an adult.
Yeah, like, what's the value of these? I don't get the value of anybody on this show at this point. They're just dragging each other down. If you're going to replace somebody, Sonny is definitely the first one to go. I would get her out of there as fast as humanly possible, and then maybe kind of work your way through the rest of them. I think Whoopi's a Goldberg because she was a former comedian. She can maybe see the lighter side of things and maybe add some humor to it from that standpoint. You might be able to keep Whoopi around, but I think everybody else on there, Alyssa Farrah Griffin, complete chameleon. She just changes as the wind blows. So what is the value of anybody on this panel? There is none, except to sow seeds of division amongst the country, amongst folks that watch. It gives us stuff to laugh at and talk about, but ultimately it doesn't really do any good for the conversation that needs to be happening about, bringing unity. You hear Alyssa Farrah Griffin say, yeah, I'll throw on a Trump hat, if he can free some hostages. And Sonny's like, oh, no, don't you dare do that. And it's like, okay, so what's going to ever, what value is she? Like, is anything going to ever satisfy you at this point? Are you just going to continue to be divisive for the rest of your career? At this point, there's no point in having her on there.
Well, there's also a benefit to it, Derek. It's cost savings. Think about if you get rid of all those high salaries and including the EP of the show, right? Just say, look, we're going to go a different direction with a more balanced show. You seem incapable of doing that. So thanks for being around. Your name will still be on the show. You just won't be here. They can save a ton of money on salaries. And Disney needs to do that because all these linear television programs are just crashing. Yeah. And it's just bad news.
Well, and
there's a reason that shows like this exist. I mean, that's the whole. This is the anti-view, right? Like we're here because people they're sick of that stuff out there, and they want to watch something with real people, with real thoughts, with real ideas. Because I couldn't trust that even Sonny Hostin actually even believes what she says, or if she's just doing it for dramatic purpose.
Oh, her facial animations say that she is definitely all in. She is a true believer.
Yeah.
If there's anybody who believes what they're saying, Sonny Hostin believes it, because she has the look of nausea on her face anytime someone disagrees with her. But listen, Disney needs to have the face of nausea on, because ABC, this is their big daytime news show. And as long as The View is this vitriolic, it makes it impossible for Disney to turn the page to a more moderated appearance to average viewers. So The View, I think, needs a new appearance. I think culture is exactly right. Well, folks, we've come to the end of another video of pure excellence and fun. Explaining entertainment, keeping you ahead of the culture curve. That's what we hope you believe we've just done. And why should you believe it? Well, because we've done our very best to make it so. To be true, to be factual, and to do what the mainstream, so-called access journalists simply won't. Folks, you can help share this out across the fruited plains of YouTube by clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, as we get ready to say sayonara for now, we ask that you keep learning, keep growing, and wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep having fun.